Hello friends at home. In this video, I will be going over today's math lesson with you. Now before I begin, you might have noticed on your calendar for this week, it says you have to do the chapter 2, check your progress pages on 61 and 62. That is this purple page in your book. It is a front and back, and this is something that you are doing for homework on your own. So I will not walk you through this in a video because this is homework for you to show me what you've learned so far. Your friends here in the classroom will be taking this home to do at their homes as well and bringing it back to me tomorrow. So make sure that you do this page 61 and 62. But for our lesson today, we are on page 63. So you should have your math book, the Sadlier Math with the train on it, open in front of you. Open up to lesson 2-6, which is on page 63. All of our friends here in the classroom have their books open and ready so that we can begin. Okay? So in this section of our chapter today, we're going to be doing problem solving. So they're going to give us different problems and situations where we will have to figure out which math addition method is going to work the best to solve the problem. And remember, each time we do a problem, we'll choose one that we want to use. But when you're working on your own, you are welcome to choose whichever one you think is the best strategy for you at that time. Okay? So let's go through right now. If you're at home or if you're here in the classroom, you should have your pencil ready. And we'll read through this first part and see what it says, okay? So it says, read and understand. Tess sees 4 bumblebees. Everyone should circle 4 bumblebees. Kate sees 5 more than Tess. So you should circle 5 more than Tess. Now I want you to note in your mind, it does not say Kate sees 5 bumblebees. It says Kate sees 5 more than Tess, and we know that Tess sees 4. So Kate doesn't see 5, she sees 4 plus 5, because she sees what Tess sees plus 5 more. Does that make sense? Awesome. So now it says, how many bumblebees does Kate see? Well, let's say, read all of the question again. Tess sees 4. Excuse me. Kate sees 5 more than Tess. So how many does Kate see? Well, we know that she sees the same amount as Tess plus 5 more. So let's ask ourselves, what do we know? We know Tess sees 4. We circled it here. We know Kate sees 5 more than Tess. We circled that here. So what do we need to know? We need to know how many does Kate see. So now let's use what we know. So we'll take 4 and we'll add 5 more. Okay? So 4 plus 5 is what we're looking at. Now, here it says we can use our doubles plus 1. Remember, 4 and 4, what I can do is take this 5 and break it into 4 plus 1. And then I have 4 plus 4, which we know is 8. And when I add plus 1, everyone, what is 8 plus 1? Everyone? 9. So 4 plus 4 plus 1 equals 9. And the little robot here says, always read carefully. Make sure when you read your problems, you read carefully, because if you read quickly through this, you might have just said, oh, Kate sees 5, right? But it's not 5. It's 5 more than what Tess sees. All right, go ahead and turn the page now. We are on the top of page 64, okay? And, all right, so on the top of page 64, it says practice. Read the problem. Would somebody in the room like to read this problem nice and loud so that our friends at home can hear it too? Connor, go ahead, nice and loud. We're reading about Len.
Len counts 5.
What are those? Yeah, 5 bees nests. So everyone's going to circle 5 bees nests, and Connor's going to keep reading.
Cole counts 5
bees nests, right? Okay, so we have Len counts 5 and Cole counts 5. Now read us our question.
How many bees nests do they count in all?
All right, so now let's ask ourselves, what do we know? We know that Len counts 5. We circled it right here. So put down we know 5. How many does Cole count, Lillian? We circled it right here. How many does Cole count?
5.
5. So on this line, you should put 5. Now the next question, friend, says, what do you need to know? We need to know how many do they count in all. So right here, these words, how many, we're going to write that on the line. We need to know how many bees nests do they count in all. Okay, so first we say, what do we already know? Then we ask ourselves, what am I trying to figure out? What do I need to know? And now we're going to use what we know. So, Johnny, we've got Len counts 5, Cole counts 5. We want to know how many in all. Can you come up with an addition equation or a number sentence that could solve how many in all?
5 plus 5
5 plus 5
equals 10.
equals 10. Excellent. 5 plus 5 is a doubles fact. How many of you have been practicing your doubles facts? Excellent. So the answer is they count 10 bees nests in all. Okay, the write about it part we're going to skip, so you can just put a little X-a-rooney Looney Tune because they give us a lot of problems in these problem-solving chapters. And we're going to go on to the top of page 65. At the top here, they're just giving us another example, so we're going to skip that and go right to the more practice part, okay? You don't have to exit. Okay. Who would like to read this one nice and loud so that all of our friends at home can hear? Serafina, nice and loud. Tell us about Jamie.
Where?
Loud. Nope, honey, we're down here
Yeah.
at the practice part.
Jamie has.
You got to read it loud so our friends can hear it.
Jamie has.
What number is that?
3
Yellow
yellow
stickers.
stickers.
Okay, so let's circle 3 yellow stickers.
I'm not the one doing that.
All right, next is Hector. Read us about Hector.
Hector has 4 stickers.
Hector has 4 yellow stickers, so circle 4 yellow stickers. So everyone should have 3 yellow stickers and 4 yellow stickers. We're on page 65, down at the bottom where it says practice. Okay? All right. So now, read us the question, Serafina. How many yellow stickers do they have in all? Okay? So, what do we know? We know that Jamie has how many? 3. We circled it right there. We know that Hector has how many, Isaac? 4. We circled it right here. Okay? What do we need to know? We need to know how many they have in all. So write how many yellow stickers do they have in all? So let's use what we know. Let's take our 3 and our 4 and let's find out how many in all. Who can give me a number sentence? Emma? Can you give me a number sentence? All right, so we need our number sentence. Who can tell me what the number sentence would be? We have 3 stickers and 4 stickers, and we need to know how many in all. Austin, what would our addition equation look like?
3 plus 4 equals 7.
3 plus 4 equals 7. Excellent. So it says we can use our doubles plus 1 fact. What they mean by that, use your doubles plus 1, they mean we know that 4 is 3 plus 1, right? That's easy peasy. 3 plus 1 is 4. So if we take 3 plus 1, we know 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 1 more gives us 7. So they have 7 yellow stickers in all. Okay? Turn to the top of the next page. Excuse me. It says here, complete all blanks to find the answer. Who wants to read it nice and loud? Mateo, loud. Read us about Carl.
Carl uses 2
green pencils, right? So everybody circle 2 green pencils. Okay, keep going.
Brian uses 3 green pencils.
Keep reading. More. Okay, so it doesn't say Brian uses 3. It says he uses 3 more than Carl. Now, read us our question.
Me?
Yes.
What do you know?
How many... Look where I'm pointing.
How many green
Okay, how many green pencils does Brian use? Okay, so that's what we're trying to figure out. We're not trying to figure out how many they have all together. We're not trying to figure out how many Carl has. We're trying to figure out how many Brian has. So let's write down what we know. We circled Carl has 2. So put a 2 for Carl. We know that Brian uses 3 more than Carl. So put your 3 there. He doesn't use 3. He uses 3 more than Carl. What do we need to know? We need to know how many Brian uses. So on this line, you'll write Brian. That's what we're trying to figure out. And now let's use what we know. If Carl has 2 and Brian has 3 more than that, then 2 plus 3 should tell us what Brian has, right? So if I were to draw this out in 2 parts, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, how many does Brian have, Lillian? 5. Excellent. So Brian uses 5 colored pencils. Okay, down at the bottom it says read the problem and then find the answer. Julia picks 2 red flowers. Everyone circled 2 red flowers.
My auntie's name is Julia.
Excellent. She picks 2 pink flowers. Everyone circled 2 pink flowers. And now we underline our question. How many flowers does she pick in all? And that in all is so important because that tells us we're adding numbers together. So she had 2 red, 1, 2, and 2 pink, 1, 2. If we add those together, that's a doubles fact. What is 2 plus 2, Camila? 4. Excellent. So Julia picks 4 flowers in all. And you can put this number sentence on this line if you want. 2 plus 2 equals 4. What addition strategy did you use to solve this problem? We used our doubles strategy, didn't we? Because we're awesome at our doubles. Okay? Okay, now we're going to go to the top of the next page. It says homework, but we're going to do it right now. Who wants to read it nice and loud? Victoria, be loud.
Hope finds 1 penny.
Circle 1 penny. Keep going.
Then she finds 2 more.
Circle 2 more pennies. Okay, now read us our question.
How many pennies does Hope find in all.
Okay, so we hear that in all, so we know we're bringing numbers together. So now it says, what do you know? We know Hope finds 1 penny. We circled it here, so you can put your 1 there. Then she finds 2 more pennies. We circled it here, so you can put your 2 there. So these are the numbers that we're going to be bringing together to find our in all. Now, what do we need to know? We need to know how many pennies in all, right? So let's use what we know, Faith. Could you tell us the addition equation or the number sentence we would use? Using the numbers up here that we know. Uh-huh. 1 plus equals 3. Excellent. It says draw a picture to show how you can find the number of pennies. So if we draw our little 2-part box here, you can draw 1 and 2, and then our whole would be 3. Part, whole. Okay? Yes? Your sister's name is Hope. All right. Now we're going to do one more. Oh, we got a few more on the back here. Okay? One more problem, though. It's just broken up. Okay. Colin eats 2 plums, everybody. Circle 2 plums. Nate eats 3 plums. Circle 3 plums. Yum, I love plums. How many plums do they eat in all? So we hear in all. We know it's addition. What do we know? We know that Colin eats 2 plums. I know that Nate eats 3 plums. What do we need to know? How many in all? Now it says use what you know. Who can tell me what would my addition equation be? Camila? Okay, but tell me the whole equation. You're right, the sum is 5, but what would my 2 add-ins be? 2 plus 3 equals 5. So they eat 5 plums in all. Excellent. And at the bottom it says, what addition strategy can you use to solve the problem? Well, we could do a doubles plus 1, because if we look here, if I have 2 plus 3, I could break my 3 into 2 plus 1, bring down my 2 plus. Now I have 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 1 more equals 5. Okay? All right, excellent job today, boys and girls. I hope that these word problems are starting to make a little bit more sense to you as we are going through our work. Remember, anytime there's a word problem, circle the numbers, underline what they're asking, and then go through the steps. What do I know? What do I need to know? And that will help you solve your equations every time. Okay? Don't forget to do the practice page here, check your progress so I can see how you're doing so far in this chapter. And I will see you later in more videos. Bye, friends.
Bye.